So leftover deer steak with toast and apparently Chick-fil-A sauce. These people never stop with the Chick-fil-A sauce. Rebel always knows when we're eating, and he sits at the door and makes the saddest possible face as if he doesn't have a 50-pound bag of food accessible through his brand new Pet Lodge automatic feeder right behind him.
You know what? I'm not even sure what to say right now. I'm looking for some things that I need to fix some fence today. And I can't remember what it's called. And I don't remember which version I bought of it because there's several different versions. So I've asked my kids, where is it? And they say, where's what? That thing. They don't know. I don't know. It is very frustrating that I can't find the thing, that I can't remember what it looks like, which version I bought, or where it's at. So, when you're looking for something and you have no idea what you're looking for, makes for a really slow start to a day that needed to start differently. Well, ain't nothing like the middle of the spool coming out when you're pulling barbed wire. This could get interesting. Out in the field working, get potted meat for lunch. It's awesome. And it's from this beautiful lady who is peeking out from behind her hand. And look at this little guy. Good looking guy. He was hiding in the insulation around the pipes that I needed to hook up today to refill Sassy's water trough. And there he was. Good looking little fella. JC and I are out here checking the fences around the back side of the horse property. Portions of the property that we have not seen so far. Just hadn't had the time. So now we're out here checking it out. And so we have been talking about our horses. We've been talking about fences. We've been enjoying the great outdoors. But what are we enjoying the most?
Being together.
Being together. All these fences are kettle panels and they're in pretty good shape. And we got a few spots like this where trees have fallen on it, but they haven't hurt the fence. We just need to get the trees off and maybe clean it up a little bit. That's a really good fence for keeping anything in, especially horses. Well, old girl, you're still looking mighty good. We'll get you on some grass before long. Get you some company before long. Get that saddle back on you before long. You think that's a good idea? I do. If y'all remember the cabbage from our last video, that's another one of those things that Jessica doesn't particularly care to eat, but she fixes it. And she's kind of done her own little recipe here on this. Never done it before. I just tasted it. It's amazing. She's going to tell you what she did.
Well, I just cut my cabbage up, rinsed it, and put it in the skillet with a little bit of bacon grease that I had stored, salt, pepper, some garlic, and then I let that cook and simmer in the skillet, and then I added the deer sausage that we had from a church member that gave us some deer sausage that they had made this year, and put a little bit of butter in it.
Okay, JC don't traditionally care for cabbage, but she's going to try this that Jessica just fixed.
Good.
How good?
Good.
Something you would eat again? So 2 bites, just to make sure. Get some sausage in a bite. Tell me how that is.
So get it on there. Okay.
After a long day on the farm, as well as a long day of ministry, I must say nothing relaxes me quite so much as a good fire in the fire pit. There's no way I deserve her, but I'm so thankful God gave her to me. Guys, if you don't have a great person in your life, a spouse who loves you, loves her children, but loves God the most, you really are missing out. This is one of those times when you question what you do, and then you remember how blessed you are to get to do it. It's wet, wind's blowing. It's not real cold, but it's wet. So let's get it done. I'm sitting in my office. It's late on a Wednesday evening. Within just a few minutes, people will begin arriving for our Wednesday night prayer service and Bible study. And I'm just going to tell you, today's been a tough day. From the ministry's perspective, it has been one that has been full of challenges. There are a lot of days when you use your energy trying to minister, trying to have the right words to say, trying to encourage others, praying constantly. And sometimes at the end of that, you need encouragement yourself. But the great thing about serving God is that He never leaves us nor forsakes us. He is always ready to help us in times like these. I remember the story of David, who went off to battle with his men and came back to their camp. All their wives, all their children, everybody had been kidnapped. And even his fellow soldiers who had been out fighting with him blamed David. The Bible doesn't say that he argued with them. The Bible says that David encouraged himself in the Lord. Why did David do that? Because there's no greater place for us to find what we need. There is no greater place for us to get encouragement. There is no greater place for us to find strength. There is no greater person for us to lean upon than God. As exhausting as it can be, and as much encouragement as I sometimes need, I am so very thankful that God has given me the opportunity to minister to others. I don't have any ability, but He doesn't lack for ability.
good Thursday morning. It is about 6:30 in the morning. And a humid, wet, muddy day of 65 degrees. I think it's supposed to get colder as the day goes, but this is just a little bit of typical Mississippi weather. We can't make up our mind. Are we in the wintertime? Are we in the summertime? Are we in springtime? Regardless of what time we might be in, it's hay time. Well, I just finished hay at our farm, got everything tidied up, and hopefully satisfied. Now I'm headed over to the farm that I feed for during the week, take care of them. As you can tell, I started a little early this morning. We are once again trying to work around basketball, because today, tomorrow, and Saturday are going to wrap our season up for everybody but JC. JC will be playing this weekend as well, but this is the MSAHA tournament. This is a state championship tournament, and we look forward to that. And then basketball for the boys will be done until practices start later on in the year for next season. And JC still has a tournament at Bowling Green, Kentucky later on this year, but other than that, we'll be wrapping up basketball, and you guys will get to see us do more work, I hope. Sassy greeting me at the fence, wanting something to eat. So while I was gone feeding, Jessica was busy in the kitchen. Breakfast is biscuits and ham. Wonderful. She's got stuff ready for our tournament food. She's been working on this already. Everything's in there. Now she's just gonna tell us what she did as much as she can remember.
It's a whole chicken that I washed and put in the crock pot. I added baby carrots and cut up potatoes and onions and farmer's market chicken and vegetables, and topped it off with strawberry balsamic vinaigrette.
And that's gonna cook about how long before it's ready to go?
6 to 8 hours.
6 to 8 hours. So when we get back from the tournament tonight, we should have supper. I don't want to end this video without giving props to CNC Specialties of Laurel, Mississippi. CNC took our ideas for a logo and our ideas for a brand and put it together. They listened to what we had to say, and they operated off of the information that we gave them, and we could not be happier with the work. The great thing about CNC Specialties is you don't have to be in Laurel, Mississippi for them to help you. You can find them on the web. The link for their website will be in the description. We are so happy with the work they've done. Bob and the crew at CNC Specialties deserve a chance at your business as well. Go like, subscribe, and hit that alert bell so that you can keep up with all the things going on at Haden Farms. Thank you for joining us. God bless.